Hey guys, this is a Cardano update video going through all of the myriad of updates and developments going on right now, and there are a lot. There's a huge core of main applications that are all coming with daily updates right now about launching their products as soon as possible. There's actually a lot of really revealing updates that they've done over the holiday period that really shows us actually where Cardano is as a blockchain itself, not just the applications. It's not all great news for the immediate short term and prices, but just like everything with Cardano, it's really a methodical process that can be very frustrating at times, but also very necessary. Check out the timestamps in the description. There are a few of them. Before we get into the video, I just want to start a new crypto giveaway. So I'm going to be giving away $10,000 of crypto in January. This giveaway is sponsored by Pionex. They've made it possible. They are actually a crypto bot trading platform. They're legit. I use them. They're very good. Definitely check them out if you want to get into crypto trading bots. But they're making this possible. So one winner will win $6,000 and two winners $2,000. That's it. All you have to do is go down to the giveaway link in the description. Follow me on Twitter. Pretty much that's it. Retweet. And then you could be in with a chance of winning these $10,000 prizes. So I want to make this video very practical. I don't want to be kind of moon boy about this because I think we are in a different era in 2022. Things are not just going to moon on speculation like they did last year. And so we have to talk about real development that's going to happen. And this is inevitably a much slower process and a much more frustrating process if you're an investor, because obviously we just want the prices to moon and go up, and that is great. But let's really take stock of this, because really, I think January is going to give us an idea of what's going to be happening for the crypto market in general. If we see Bitcoin very strong and we see all of this, end of year selling subside, and we see a new bid for Bitcoin pushing it up to maybe 50,000, then I think a lot of altcoins are also going to follow, and we're going to have a very good time of it. If Bitcoin struggles, then obviously other prices, including Cardano, will struggle, because obviously a lot of the money coming into altcoins is a little bit more speculative in terms of there's a lot of development happening. But obviously, especially with Cardano, a lot of the applications that you could say have fundamental value are yet to launch. So obviously, any kind of weakness in the price of Bitcoin is going to also kind of reflect in Cardano as well. We are seeing, though, maybe some bottoming out of prices. And you can see that there's just been this absolutely frustrating kind of sideways move in prices over the holiday period. But coming out of this, it is a very key time to kind of look what is happening to the bid in Bitcoin. Is the bid strengthening? Does it seem like prices are kind of grinding higher? If they do, I think we can be pretty positive for altcoins like Cardano and all, many other altcoins as well. And that is kind of a ecosystem, price action, different from the actual individual Cardano developments. First project I want to come to is Ardana, and we got a big update from them, which is good news and also frustrating news at the same time. Ardana is going to be a lending protocol and a liquidity protocol with stablecoins built in as well, which is really important as a protocol because it will attract a lot of value to be locked into the Cardano blockchain. Investors use this as a metric to value blockchains, so it is a very important protocol. It's actually very good news from them specifically to their project. So they had an update and they said that almost all of their product and smart contract development is finished. That is fantastic news, right? So their project is pretty much ready to go. Their efforts now are focused on supporting tools like CIP or SIP33, which is Cardano Improvement Proposal. And this is the same as Ethereum improvement proposals, right? So these happen all the time in a blockchain, right? So these are an ongoing thing. A blockchain is always under work. It's always being improved. And, Cardano has them just like Ethereum and every other blockchain. The third option here, the third tweet that they're saying is that we could launch our products within a few weeks. However, the underlying network on Cardano is currently not ideal for any protocol dealing with liquidations. So obviously this is, news that people don't really want to hear, right? Is that Cardano itself as a blockchain still has many, processes to go through to actually support the applications. And actually, this is kind of a theme that we've heard for a long while now, right? So, Sundaeswap and other dexes, launching on Cardano, saying that they're developing, and really they're just trying to get to grips with the actual protocol itself, Plutus application backend and everything. So there's still a lot of work to be done on Cardano itself. So there's good news that these applications are pretty much getting ready to launch. Also frustrating news that there seems to be fundamental things that Cardano needs to do to actually, get the products launched. It looks like the projects themselves are kind of ready to go, and it's actually fundamental work that still needs to be happening. So yeah, on one side, very good. On the other side, it's just frustrating that Cardano still needs to be improved and go through some steps to actually get these products working. So in my opinion, we're just going to see not an explosion for Cardano and look at all these dApps launching, but it probably is going to be a very slow and steady grind of these applications coming in, which for me isn't terrible. I'm not a trader looking to kind of trade in and out. As long as these things happen, which they look like they are doing, that's fine for me, but definitely a slow, steady process, which is obviously typically Cardano. Next, we have a really positive and good update from Milkomeda, which is a protocol that will enable developers to essentially deploy their Ethereum-based apps written in Solidity on the Cardano chain, or at least try and clear them on Cardano. So obviously Cardano and Ethereum are not compatible, but you can put a sidechain in the middle of them that can kind of work with both. Milkomeda is that sidechain, and it looks to be going pretty well so far. So they've come with an update saying Milkomeda performing 500 transactions in a block, blocks every 2 seconds. Interesting fact, 500 transactions is only 16% of the block. And yeah, minor rewards are in wrapped ADA. So Milkomeda sits in the middle. It is not Cardano. It's not the Cardano base layer or anything like that. It is a separate sidechain. So it's going to have its own kind of security procedures and everything, but obviously it has wrapped ADA. So you take ADA, the value of ADA from the Cardano base layer, wrap it, put it on there. But interesting, you can actually use MetaMask and clear transactions with wrapped ADA, which is obviously interesting. You can see the potential fee is 0.09 wrapped ADA, which is obviously 8 cents, 10 cents, something like that. It's obviously way cheaper than Ethereum. So an interesting development. This is obviously coming soon. It's going to be a big factor for getting some value onto Cardano very quickly. There's also more development news from Sundaeswap, which again is a key protocol in the Cardano ecosystem and something that Cardano is really relying on initially for the first amount of value coming onto the system. So they actually went through runtime verification. This is very positive, obviously, so that new users can be very certain that the protocol won't have any bugs or won't be able to have some sort of rug pull go through it. So this is very positive overall. And they said that there were some bugs found, but they safely met all of the upgrades that they needed to do, and that essentially went through positively. So Sundaeswap now kind of verified in that respect, and then looking to launch as soon as possible on the Cardano mainnet, which should be coming very soon. And I'm on the testnet right here, so you've got these lots of different kind of crazy tokens. One of the good things and frustrating things, again, is the theme for this video, is that this looks great and they're launching, but again, how many tokens are actually on Cardano right now? Most of them are NFTs, and there aren't a huge amount of Cardano coins. Obviously, Sundaeswap will only have volume when there are coins listed, including all of the liquidity protocols. So yeah, so the theme for this video is kind of very good underlying improvements and a frustratingly slow process of accruing value overall. But long-term investors obviously don't mind this. Shorter-term traders, and for that kind of price pump, it's going to be very frustrating, I think, over the next few months. Some very good news and some just frustratingly slow improvements overall. On the theme of slow and steady improvements, I just want to have a look at Musliswap. This is one of the first dexes, kind of working dexes on Cardano. You can just kind of compare this to some things happening on Ethereum, like Uniswap. I wouldn't say this is any different to Uniswap, except for obviously there is no liquidity on this DEX yet, and you need liquidity, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is, we can see the tokens right here. There's actually a couple of tokens that I'm interested in. Firstly, Liquid for sure. A lending protocol, a bit like Aave, definitely interesting, in that respect. If we click on Liquid, you can actually see the volume here is obviously insanely low, right? So these tokens are very, very new. This is both an opportunity and obviously something that a lot of people will say the liquidity is not there for me to invest, but hey, you can make your own choice. Also, the way that it works at the moment is the orders have to be matched in size. So there's actually an order book here, which is really great. And you don't get this on Uniswap, right? Uniswap is an AMM. So you just choose how much you want to swap and it tells you what the price is. Here you can actually see an order book. This is really great. But what we can see, only orders with equal amounts will be matched. So if you're a buyer of 2 and the amount on offer is 1, you're not going to kind of go through. Obviously, this will be improved over time. But what we can see right here is kind of a very primitive working DEX. And it's actually quite exciting. Obviously, we have many competitors, right, and including layer 2 solutions on Ethereum, which are obviously gaining a lot of speed right now, and that can have very, very quick, fast, and low-cost transactions, and also have order books. So it's a really exciting time to be in this space. And you can see the Cardano ecosystem coins right here. There's a few that I am interested in for sure. But again, the liquidity just isn't there on Musliswap right now, but very interesting. That kind of leads me into, why I invest in Cardano and why I have it as part of my portfolio. I really do see the ecosystem on Cardano as very different to the one on Ethereum and Bitcoin's ecosystem. I say Bitcoin's ecosystem of centralized parties that, offer Bitcoin services, banks coming on to offer Bitcoin and everything like that. You have the Ethereum ecosystem, the DeFi ecosystem, obviously absolutely massive and heavily invested in Ethereum. But then Cardano really is the big kind of diversified third ecosystem for me. Much more early stage for sure compared to Ethereum, but you can just see all of this real development happening. And I would suggest you go to Charles Hoskinson's YouTube, watch some of his videos on the technology here. It really is different. It's very different from Ethereum in the way that they set up the blockchain, in the way that they approach decentralization. That's why I have Cardano ADA. I see it as a diversified ecosystem from the other investments that I have. And I think that diversification is good and really kind of spreads some of the bets. And I think that different ecosystems can exist and coexist and actually help each other overall. So this different ecosystem is really exciting to be part of, even though the fundamental growth of Cardano as a blockchain is much slower than investors would want. We're seeing applications try and launch right now, and again, just being slowed by the very steady improvements that Cardano is making on the kind of, investment side on its blockchain. There is so much happening for Cardano in 2022. It's going to be a much slower process than a lot of people think. For me, that's okay. I'm interested to see what they launch and how they develop. So yeah, if you want to enter my giveaway, giving away $10,000 basically, 6,000 to the first winner, 2,000 to 2 other people. Just click the link in the description. You can go through and enter that. Come and follow me on Twitter, and best of luck with that also. I'm James with Money's UG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.